Peace, God. It's Bookman back again with another banger video in the field. Like literally, like on the, you be saying, "Oh, like I'm in the field, bro. I'm in the field." Like I'm literally like in the field right now. But I'm back again, and today I just wanted to speak upon like a couple of realizations I had this rising. So I remember in my previous video, I was like, oh, like I was feeling like a bit sad and depressed and down. And like I'm realizing the only time I'm really depressed is when I'm distracted. Seriously, because if I'm focusing on me, if I'm focusing on my goals, if I'm focusing on my habits, if I'm focusing on my routine, not to say it's impossible to be depressed, but I only really get sad when I try and focus on like external shit that I don't really have power over. But when I'm focusing upon like my own life and things I have power on, then everything feels better. So I'm realizing like focus equals fun and distraction equals depression. And that's why I'm becoming a lot more, I feel like a lot of people on this like spiritual and like health journey, like the further on you go in it, you realize how you become a lot more sensitive to like everything. And this is making me more adamant to just like not give my energy to certain people like or certain things, because I really, not to say I'm under a rock, but I really be under a rock. Like for real, I really just care about my own reality right now, and everything outside of that is a blur. Like I'm not really so keen on like the news and like the media and like what could I do with that? I have no power over like what they're doing. So I just trying to focus on like my goals and my vision in my life. And whatever you give energy towards like grows. Whatever you focus on grows. So like all we have to do is change our focus. Like we gotta just stop focusing on like negative things or like people or situations that make us feel like less than or small. Because anytime like I overextend my energy, right, and then it's not reciprocated properly, that's the only time I really feel hurt. Besides that, if I just keep my energy with myself, I'm like, for those of you who are into crystals, I'm like a citrine crystals, right? Usually with crystals, you got to put them in like the sunlight to cleanse, right? But the citrine just like cleanses on itself, and that's really how I feel, because I have habits in my like day-to-day life. Regardless of what I'm going through, give me like a day or two and I'm like right back to like where I was. But the thing is, I just gotta stop letting these external people and things like distract me, honestly. So like it's really just about focus, honestly. If you're feeling like sad and depressed, what are you focusing on? Just like find something you're passionate about, find something that makes you smile, find something that lights your soul and spirit on fire, and then like focus on that. If you're focusing on that, you'll always be in a state of like equilibrium. But it's when we focus on things that don't serve us, it's when we focus on things that we don't have power over, it's when we focus on people that don't serve us, it's when we focus on people that we don't have no like influence over. That's the only time we're like, well, me personally, that's the only time I'm out of whack, man. And that's a beautiful realization. Cause like really, I remember what was it? Like around last year, I was in like probably the most intense form of, in 2020, I was off of social media like the entire year, right? And I was just like really to myself. I only saw like a handful of friends, and that was just the most peaceful time of my life. So like I'm perfectly fine like doing things on my, like I have enough stuff to do in my day. I could literally fill an entire month with only my passion, business, and goals. Legit. You feel me? So it's like I gotta stop overextend myself, and I don't really have to, because like my energy is perfectly fine as it is. I don't really have to like be doing extra. But yeah, it's just like a simple thought process I wanted to share. So if you ever find yourself feeling down, just switch your focus, bro. Switch your lens. Clear your lens, because if you focus on the beautiful things in life, that's all we got to do. I'm realizing the other thing I'm realizing, this is what I want to say too, books are actually very healing for me. Like I read a lot, right? And at first I thought I was just reading for like knowledge, or I was just reading for like to learn stuff. But like a few weeks ago, like I was kind of like sad and depressed, right? And then I read a book, and afterwards I felt better. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And like today I realized like the beginning of last year, probably like the worst start to the year, right? I was uber depressed, right? And literally like I read myself way out of depression. That might seem a bit like it doesn't fit, because like usually with like when you're depressed, it's like your feelings, but like I feel like a lot of people view books as like kind of like only like knowledge or like brain type stuff, but for me it's like actually like a whole like spiritual experience as well. Like for example, so if I'm feeling really bad about my like finances or money, I read books about money, I feel better. If I'm feeling bad about my relationships, I read about relationships, I feel better. So anytime I feel like I'm lacking in life, or I'm not the best, or I failed, or like I didn't achieve what I wanted to, I read how to do better. You know what I mean? Like what's the saying? To say, don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. But I will even change that. Don't wish it were easier, become better. Because once you become better, it'll become easier. So I'm just realizing I gotta study more. And not only for like my life, for like every aspect of my life, both in like health, wealth, relationships, everything. I gotta just like learn, because I feel like, not to say I wasn't educated properly, but in terms of like a lot of things like finances, relationships, health, I didn't really have good examples for this stuff. So like who I am now is not what really my parents or my school made me be. Like I really had to like study and like develop my way to this point in my life, you know? So I realized I have to do a lot more, because not to say, yeah, honestly, I'm kind of like disappointed. Like I am like, in terms of like where in all, well, in health, I'm good, because the fruit is the focus. And I feel like that's like, if you're eating like mainly fruit, I feel like you're at the pinnacle of like health in this like realm, at least compared to the majority of the world. So in like health, I'm not the best right now because I don't have the fruit right now, but I know that that's the vision. So I got the kind of the health back on pack. But in terms of like the finances and the relationships, I gotta study that shit like 1,000 times more. Like I'm good. Like, I feel like I'm a lot more centered than most people, but I'm nowhere near where I'm going to be. But it's fine. I just have to spend like a lot of time dedicated to like developing myself. It's like I'm sharp. Before I used to say that I'm like a piece of marble and other people are like sharpening me up. But like I realized I sharpen myself up. The fuck, like all these stuff I'm like reading, all these stuff I'm tapping into, like all these practices I'm doing, I sharpen myself up regardless. So, but I really got to work a lot more, man. Yeah. But yeah, man. Regardless, focus equals fun. Distractions equals depressing. So let's make sure that you're focusing on the right stuff. And I'm sending you much love on this journey. I know it's a journey for all of us, you know, just being human in general. If you're in the 20, well, if you're living now, right, and you're in like a modern society and like you have a phone and like you're in the city or urban area and you're not depressed, shout out to you, because I don't even know. Like honestly, bro, it's sad to say, but if I meet people and they're not depressed, I'm actually surprised. Seriously, you feel me? Because it's like, not to say that, not to speak down and be like too like pessimistic, but the way that things are now, all this like overstimulation, all these health issues, all like things that the world is going through, I could see why people would lean towards depression, but I don't feel like we should, you know, because it's really about, we just got to focus on the right things, because I feel like people got the wrong lens. We are really in the best time of like human existence ever. Like, that's a fact. No. I feel like it's expanded. I don't feel like things are just, I'm not pessimistic. I don't feel like things are only getting bad. I'm not like super like, well, I am optimistic, but I don't only feel like things are getting better. I just feel like the options are expanding, you know, for the good, the extreme good and the extreme bad. So it's kind of like a roller coaster, but like extreme roller coaster. But yeah, I hope this resonated. Well, I know it resonated, but I hope I hope you're enjoying your day. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you light. And yeah, I'll see you the next time. Peace.